Imagine drinking something that could help stabilize your blood sugar levels within minutes. Sounds too good to be true. For millions of adults and seniors struggling with blood sugar spikes and crashes, the idea of fast, natural relief feels like a dream. But according to Dr. Berg, a well-known health educator and chiropractor, the solution might be far simpler than we think, hidden in an often overlooked health tool: electrolytes. Let's talk about why this matters. Blood sugar imbalance is a silent threat that affects far more people than most realize. It doesn't just show up in diabetics. Many otherwise healthy people suffer from energy crashes, brain fog, mood swings, and constant hunger, all potential signs of fluctuating blood sugar. Left unchecked, it can evolve into insulin resistance, weight gain, type 2 diabetes, and even cognitive decline later in life. But here's the surprising part. What if the key to calming this roller coaster isn't only cutting carbs or avoiding sugar, but actually replenishing certain minerals most of us are missing? Dr. Berg has spent years helping people understand their health beyond the surface. And he's especially vocal about the importance of one specific drink that can help support blood sugar balance. It's not another green juice. It's not some mysterious herb from the mountains of Asia. It's an electrolyte drink. Now, you might be wondering, aren't electrolyte drinks just for athletes? That's a common belief, but it misses a critical point. Electrolytes aren't just about hydration. They're essential for muscle function, nerve signaling, and most importantly, glucose metabolism. And yet, the majority of people aren't getting enough, especially potassium and magnesium, two powerhouse minerals that directly influence how your body processes sugar. In today's video, we'll unpack what makes Dr. Berg's electrolyte drink different, how it works to help stabilize blood sugar, and why so many people are seeing results after adding it to their daily routine. We'll look at real stories, what the science says, and how you can use it safely to support your own health. If you've ever felt tired after meals, struggled with cravings, or worried about your blood sugar creeping up over time, you'll want to hear this. Because stabilizing your blood sugar might be easier and tastier than you thought. The hidden link between electrolytes and blood sugar. Most people think of electrolytes as something you only need after a sweaty workout or during a summer heat wave. But what if I told you these tiny minerals, often dismissed as sports drink ingredients, could play a powerful role in how your body manages sugar? Let's start with the basics. Electrolytes are minerals that carry an electric charge and help regulate nearly every important function in your body: your heartbeat, muscle contractions, fluid balance, and yes, even blood sugar control. The key players: potassium, magnesium, sodium, and calcium. Now, here's the part most people miss. When your electrolyte levels, especially potassium and magnesium, drop too low, your body has a harder time moving glucose from your bloodstream into your cells. That's because both potassium and magnesium are critical for insulin sensitivity. Insulin is the hormone responsible for opening the cell door, so glucose can get inside and be used for energy. Without enough of these minerals, insulin can't do its job efficiently. Glucose stays in your blood longer, leading to spikes and crashes. A study published in the journal Diabetes Care found that people with higher magnesium intake had a significantly lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. And research in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that low potassium levels are associated with poor glucose control, especially in individuals with prediabetes. But the modern diet is working against us. Most people eat processed foods that are stripped of natural minerals. Even healthy eaters can fall short, especially older adults, whose ability to absorb and retain minerals declines with age. Add to that common medications like diuretics or blood pressure pills, which can further deplete electrolyte levels. And it's no wonder so many people unknowingly struggle with unstable blood sugar. And what about sodium? While it often gets a bad rap, the truth is, a proper balance of sodium is essential too. But the focus should be on unprocessed, mineral-rich sources like sea salt, rather than heavily salted junk food. So, when Dr. Berg emphasizes the need for electrolyte balance, he's not just talking about hydration or energy, he's talking about metabolic stability. The right blend of these minerals, taken daily, can help your body regulate blood sugar more efficiently, reduce cravings, and prevent those energy dips that make afternoons feel like a fog. It's a subtle, behind-the-scenes kind of support, but for many, it's a game changer. Because when your minerals are balanced, your metabolism can finally breathe. Dr. Berg's electrolyte drink. What's inside? So, what exactly is in this drink that Dr. Berg claims can help stabilize blood sugar? It's not some trendy detox blend or a sugary sports beverage. It's an advanced electrolyte formula carefully designed to address mineral deficiencies that most people don't even realize they have. At the heart of Dr. Berg's electrolyte drink is an unusually high amount of potassium, a mineral that plays a starring role in glucose metabolism. While many electrolyte products offer only a tiny fraction of the daily recommended intake, Dr. Berg's formula delivers over 1,000 milligrams of potassium per serving. That's nearly a quarter of what your body needs each day, and for most people, it's a massive upgrade. Why is that so important? Because potassium is crucial for cellular insulin function. It helps your cells take in glucose more efficiently, which means fewer blood sugar spikes after meals. In simple terms, more potassium equals smoother blood sugar control. Next up is magnesium, another key player. Magnesium acts as a cofactor in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including the breakdown and use of glucose. Without enough magnesium, your cells become more resistant to insulin, making it harder for your body to maintain stable sugar levels. Dr. Berg's drink includes a healthy dose of this essential mineral to help support metabolic function. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Dr. Berg's formula avoids the common pitfalls of other electrolyte drinks. There are no added sugars, no maltodextrin, and no artificial sweeteners. Instead, it uses stevia, a natural plant-based sweetener that doesn't spike blood sugar or insulin. That's a big deal, especially for anyone trying to reverse insulin resistance or manage prediabetes. In addition to potassium and magnesium, the drink also contains trace minerals like chloride, calcium, and a small amount of sodium to help maintain overall balance. But the sodium content is moderate enough to support hydration without tipping into excessive salt levels that could burden the kidneys or blood pressure. The result, a clean, mineral-dense formula designed to nourish your cells without the sugar crash. It's even keto-friendly, vegan, and free of gluten and dairy, making it accessible to people with a variety of health needs. Compare that to the average sports drink you'll find at the gas station. Many of those have 30 to 50 grams of sugar per bottle more than a can of soda and contain dyes and artificial flavorings. For someone dealing with blood sugar instability, that's like throwing gasoline on a fire. Dr. Berg's drink flips the script. Instead of overloading your body with sugar and sodium, it replenishes what your body actually needs and nothing it doesn't. That's why many people report feeling more energized, mentally clear, and less prone to cravings shortly after drinking it. But how do we know it really works? That's what we'll explore in the next section, with real stories from people who've seen dramatic changes, real-life impact, testimonials, and experiences. Numbers and ingredients are one thing, but nothing speaks louder than real stories. Across social media, health forums, and video comments, people are sharing how Dr. Berg's electrolyte drink has helped them regain control over their energy, appetite, and blood sugar levels. Take Lisa, a 62-year-old retiree who had struggled for years with post-meal fatigue and late-night sugar cravings. She didn't have diabetes, but her doctor warned that she was on the edge. Her A1C was creeping up. She tried cutting carbs and skipping dessert, but the roller coaster continued. It wasn't until she added Dr. Berg's electrolyte drink to her morning routine that things began to shift. It was subtle at first, she recalls, but after a week, I wasn't crashing after lunch anymore. My afternoon naps turned into gardening time again. I felt steady. At her next checkup, her doctor was impressed. Her blood sugar had dipped back into a healthy range without medication. And Lisa isn't alone. Michael, a 45-year-old long-haul truck driver, was looking for something to help with his fatigue and cravings on the road. He had started using energy drinks to stay alert, but they came with a heavy dose of sugar and a crash that left him worse off. A friend suggested Dr. Berg's electrolyte formula. I didn't expect much, but man, this stuff made a difference. Michael said in a YouTube review, "I feel more balanced throughout the day, and I'm not hitting the vending machines at every truck stop anymore." Even more compelling are the reports from people managing insulin resistance. One user with prediabetes wrote that after just 2 weeks of using the drink daily and adjusting her diet, her morning fasting glucose numbers dropped by 10 to 15 points. That's a noticeable difference, and it gave her the motivation to keep going. Of course, every body is different. Not everyone reports dramatic changes overnight, but the most consistent feedback is this: people feel more stable, more clear-headed, less like they're chasing their next snack or battling a fog that never lifts. Doctors and nutritionists are starting to take notice too. While mainstream medicine hasn't fully embraced electrolyte therapy for blood sugar, some functional medicine practitioners are using it as part of a broader strategy. They emphasize that it's not a magic bullet, but rather a missing piece of a bigger puzzle that includes diet, sleep, and stress management. One expert put it this way: most people don't need more restriction, they need more nourishment. And the right minerals can help unlock better blood sugar control in a gentle, supportive way. These aren't just reviews. They're reminders that simple, natural shifts can still make a big difference, especially when we give the body what it's truly missing. Next, let's dig deeper into how the science explains these changes. The science behind the drink, how it works. So what's really happening in the body when someone drinks Dr. Berg's electrolyte formula and starts noticing more stable energy, fewer cravings, and improved blood sugar numbers? The answer lies in the way key minerals interact with insulin and glucose at the cellular level. Let's start with potassium, the star of the show. Your body needs potassium to move glucose into cells where it can be used for energy. It works closely with insulin, the hormone that unlocks cells to let glucose inside. When potassium levels are low, which is common in the modern diet, insulin doesn't work as efficiently. That means more sugar lingers in your bloodstream, leading to those dreaded spikes. Dr. Berg's drink delivers a strong dose of potassium, far more than typical electrolyte mixes, helping to restore this vital mineral and support the insulin-glucose connection. As potassium levels rise, the body becomes more responsive to insulin, allowing glucose to move more efficiently from the blood into the cells. This results in steadier energy and better glucose balance. Then there's magnesium, another quiet hero. Magnesium is essential for over 300 processes in the body, but one of its most critical jobs is supporting insulin signaling. Without enough magnesium, the body becomes more resistant to insulin. That's why low magnesium levels are often found in people with type 2 diabetes and prediabetes. Research has consistently shown that boosting magnesium intake improves insulin sensitivity. In one study, adults with insulin resistance who took magnesium supplements saw improvements in both fasting blood sugar and A1C levels. Dr. Berg's electrolyte drink includes this mineral in a bioavailable form to maximize its effect. Sodium, in balanced amounts, also plays a supportive role. It helps the body retain fluid and maintain blood volume, crucial for delivering nutrients and hormones effectively. However, Dr. Berg avoids the high sodium formulas found in many sports drinks. Instead, he focuses on a more balanced mineral profile that supports hydration without stressing the kidneys or raising blood pressure unnecessarily. Trace minerals like chloride and calcium also contribute. Chloride helps regulate pH and fluid balance, while calcium assists with nerve function and muscle signaling. Together, these minerals create a formula that supports your body's metabolic machinery without the added burden of sugar or artificial additives. Another benefit: this drink helps reduce cravings, especially for sweets. When your body is deficient in key electrolytes, it often sends signals that are misinterpreted as hunger. By replenishing these minerals, many people find they're no longer reaching for that late-night snack or craving something sweet after a meal. In short, Dr. Berg's electrolyte drink works by giving your body the minerals it needs to function properly, especially when it comes to processing sugar. It doesn't mask symptoms. It helps correct an underlying imbalance that's been quietly sabotaging your metabolism. And the best part, you don't need a prescription or a complex routine, just a scoop in water, once a day. But how do you actually make this part of your life? That's what we'll cover next. Incorporating the drink into daily life. So you've heard the benefits. The science makes sense. Now the big question is, how do you actually make this electrolyte drink a part of your routine and stick with it? The good news is that incorporating Dr. Berg's electrolyte formula into your day is surprisingly simple. It doesn't require a major lifestyle overhaul. In fact, most people find that it slips easily into their existing habits, often replacing less healthy choices without effort. Start with timing. For best results, Dr. Berg recommends taking the drink in the morning or early afternoon. This helps set your hydration and mineral levels early in the day, when your body needs the most support for energy, focus, and blood sugar control. Some people like to mix it with water right after waking up. Others prefer it with their first meal. It's flexible enough to fit your schedule. 1 scoop in a tall glass of water is usually enough. Stir, sip, and you're done. The drink has a mild, refreshing flavor that most find pleasant, especially since it doesn't have that syrupy taste common in sugary drinks. If you're on a low-carb or ketogenic diet, this drink is a perfect match. Low-carb eaters often struggle with electrolyte imbalances as their insulin levels drop and kidneys flush out sodium and potassium more quickly. That's why many people on keto report dizziness, fatigue, or keto flu, and why this electrolyte mix can be such a game changer. Pair it with whole nutrients. While the drink does a lot, it works best alongside a balanced diet. Focus on foods rich in magnesium and potassium, like leafy greens, avocados, salmon, and pumpkin seeds. Avoid processed foods, refined sugar, and excessive caffeine, which can all deplete your mineral stores and make blood sugar harder to manage. Stay consistent. Like any supplement, the benefits compound over time. You may feel more energized within days, but for blood sugar improvements, clearer thinking, and reduced cravings, give it at least 2 weeks. Most users report that the longer they use it, the more they notice subtle but meaningful changes in how their body feels. One more tip: keep a journal. Track how you feel before and after meals, your energy levels throughout the day, and even your blood sugar numbers if you monitor them. This makes it easier to see patterns and gives you confidence that what you're doing is working. And of course, always check with your doctor, especially if you're on medication for blood pressure, diabetes, or kidney health. While this drink is natural and safe for most people, it's always smart to make sure it fits your personal health needs. For many, this isn't just a drink. It's a doorway back to stability, confidence, and control. And it only takes a minute a day. We've covered a lot today, but let's bring it all back to one simple idea. Stable blood sugar isn't just about cutting sugar or avoiding carbs. It's about giving your body the nutrients it needs to function properly, especially the ones we often forget, like potassium, magnesium, and other essential electrolytes. Dr. Berg's electrolyte drink isn't magic. It doesn't replace healthy eating, regular movement, or good sleep. But for many people, it fills in a crucial gap, restoring the minerals that quietly power your metabolism, support insulin function, and help your body use glucose the way it's meant to. We saw how these electrolytes work at a cellular level to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce glucose spikes. We learned why potassium and magnesium are especially important, and how the modern diet leaves most of us deficient. We heard real-life stories from people like Lisa and Michael, who experienced less fatigue, fewer cravings, and more consistent blood sugar readings after just a few weeks of adding this simple drink to their routine. We explored the science, the ingredients, and the practical steps you can take right now to support your health without overwhelm or complexity. And perhaps most importantly, we realized that real change doesn't always require drastic measures. Sometimes, it starts with just one small shift, like drinking a glass of water with the right minerals every morning. So here's the challenge for you. Take a closer look at your daily routine. Are you supporting your blood sugar with the right nutrients? Are you staying hydrated, energized, and clear-headed throughout the day? Or are you caught in a cycle of highs and crashes that leaves you drained and frustrated? If any of that sounds familiar, this could be your opportunity to try something new. Something backed by research, grounded in nature, and already helping thousands of people take control of their energy, focus, and long-term health. And if you've already tried Dr. Berg's electrolyte drink, or are thinking about it, leave a comment below. What did you notice? What changed for you? Your story might be the one that encourages someone else to take that first step. Remember, the road to better health isn't always paved with big, dramatic moves. Sometimes, it starts with a simple scoop and a glass of water. Thanks for watching, And don't forget to share this video with someone you care about, especially if they're dealing with blood sugar issues, fatigue, or cravings they just can't explain. A little knowledge and the right minerals can go a long way.